After you have FileZilla set up on your computer so that you can FTP your files up to the server, then it's very important for you to understand where your files should go. What you see on the screen right now is FileZilla running on my computer. And I'm going to go to File and Site Manager, and I'll click on the site that we're using for this class. When the connection is made, you'll see on the remote side, everything on the right side of this screen has to do with what's on the server. Everything that's on the left side of the screen in this area is what's on my computer. So when we see what's on the server, we always, when we first connect to our sites, we always come to our root directory. The root directory is identified as the /, and then you have the plus sign here to indicate that there are subfolders. Now you can see the subfolder simply by looking in the window below, and here you see that CGI bin folder. If I click here on the plus sign, then it simply opens up the root folder and shows you that CGI bin folder. If there were anything inside this CGI bin folder, then I could click here on the CGI bin folder and you would see those contents here. Well, of course, there is nothing there. When you first come to your site on the server, you're going to see several files. I'm going to grab this bar and move these up so you can see better. You'll see some html files here. These are files that are necessary. You should not delete any of these. The Htaccess file is incredibly important. That's what keeps other people from getting into your account on the server. So Htaccess is for security. The 400 html files that you see here and 500, I mean, we have all, as we've browsed the web before, have had 404 errors. A 404 error is one that says page not found. And so if you were to open each of these and look at them, you would see that they are simply things like page not found, check your link and try again. Now you'll also find the default HTML file in your site, and it may be here under different names. It could be default.html, HTML, it could be index.html or HTML, it could be a PHP or an ASPX, it could be lots of different files that you have here, but there's always going to be one, and listen to me carefully, there's going to be one, and there must be only one home page that's here in your root directory. Now, associated with your home page, there may also be a fav icon that would show up in the URL with your favorite icon. Now, this default HTML file that you see here right now is simply one that I've created, and here you see it. I've gone to jfikes.com/mism4331-fikes, and that page that you see is simply this. This is just the default HTML page in my demo site. So right now that doesn't mean anything, and what it does mean, of course, is that I can delete it. And that's what I want to do. I want to delete the default and fav icon from this folder. To do that, I'm just going to highlight them and right click and delete. Now, if you were nervous about deleting something, there's other ways you could do it. You could come over here to your computer and create a folder called deleted items or something, and then you could just move the files from here over to your own computer, and that's an option if you're nervous about deleting things. Now, whenever you're ready to upload your own website to the server, then you need to come wherever you have your files being stored. You can see here that on my computer I'm in my Dropbox, and I have in my Dropbox a folder called MISM4331, and here in MISM4331 I have a subfolder called HTML5 project, and here is that folder, HTML5 project. If I click on this folder here to see the contents of that, here you'll see all of the files and folders, if any, that I have here. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is whenever they go to upload their website, they'll say, well, I've got all of my website here in this HTML5 folder, and so they'll come here and just select the folder, and they'll right click and go upload. And let me show you what happens when you do that. Right now we're uploading all of those files to the server, but you'll see on the server as these are uploading, you'll see that it has created the HTML5 project folder here exactly as it was over here, because all I'm doing is uploading this folder that's on my computer to the server itself right here. Alright, so now it's all uploaded, and what do you see here in the root directory? In the root directory I have still that empty CGI bin subfolder, and I have now a new subfolder called HTML5 project. If I go back to my website, and here I should be able to get the home page of that site that I just uploaded. I'm going to click refresh, and you'll see now that there is no index.html or default.html file, so what it's going to show me are the contents of that directory here as an index. If I wanted to go in and look at what's inside the HTML5 project folder, then I could click on this, and when I click on it, it brings up the home page, but that's because it actually opens the folder HTML5 project, and that takes me to the folder. So let's see here. Can I just go here manually? So jfikes.com, mism 4331 -fikes. What do I get? All I get is that directory. If I go then and type on to the end of that HTML5, and I believe I have a space in here, project, and then type that, then I get the home page. Well, the reason for this is very, very simple, is that the index.html file, that is the home page for your site. And right now the home page for my site is here in this folder right here. So what I've done by uploading that entire folder is just to mess everything up. So what I'm going to do is go back to my root directory here. I'm going to take this HTML5 project and go and delete it. And it deletes everything back to where I was. Now I'm going to come back over here to the things on my computer. I'm going to come inside of this HTML5 project folder. I'm going to click the first file, scroll down to the last file, hold down my shift key so I can select all of that. I'm going to right click and I want to put it all right here in this folder. So I'm going to upload, and now you'll see all of these files are coming in over here to the server in my root directory. They're coming into the root directory, and they're going to be waiting for me here to open my folder in just a moment. And now when the folders are uploaded, I can take my scroll bar, pull it down here, and you'll see that in my root directory I now have the index.html5 file. I'll come back to Firefox, and I'll just come and take out this so that I have nothing but the domain and then the subpath to my directory, which is jfikes.com, mism4331-fikes. Hit enter, and it takes me right straight to that page, and I don't have to have that HTML5 folder here. This is the way it's supposed to work. You must always have an index.html or default.html or HTML file here in the root directory of your website. This is root. This is where you have to have everything organized.